God just gave you a warning, but most people will ignore it. Will you be the one who listens before it's too late? Have you ever felt the weight of invisible chains holding you back from the life you've always dreamed of? Have you noticed doors closing just when you thought you were on the brink of something extraordinary? Deep inside, your soul knows there is a path meant only for you, a path paved with purpose, power, and destiny, but something keeps trying to pull you off course. Today, a divine whisper calls out to you, louder than fear, stronger than doubt, and more persistent than the distractions of this world. It is a warning not to frighten but to awaken. A call so mysterious that at first glance, it may seem unusual, like putting salt in your shoes. Yet what seems strange carries a hidden truth, a secret power meant to align your steps with your destiny, to cleanse the journey you walk, and to prepare you for victories you cannot yet see. Every step you take matters. Every choice you make has weight. And today, you are invited to step boldly, with faith in what lies ahead, even if the path feels unusual, even if the signs seem strange. Because when you act with courage in alignment with divine guidance, even the smallest rituals can unlock doors you never dreamed existed. Now is the moment to awaken your spirit, ignite your determination, and embrace the warning as a roadmap for your life. Listen carefully, and you will feel your steps lightened, your path illuminated, and your destiny calling louder than ever before. 5 keynotes. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to glide through life, turning every challenge into an opportunity, while others stumble and fall no matter how hard they try? The difference is not luck, nor intelligence, nor timing, it is preparation. True preparation goes far beyond planning or thinking. It is a deliberate, conscious effort to fortify your life, your mind, and your soul against the unexpected storms that will inevitably come. Life has a way of testing our resolve, of throwing obstacles in our path that feel overwhelming, unfair, and sometimes even cruel. And yet, those who take the time to prepare, even in the smallest ways, discover a hidden power that allows them to navigate these trials with grace, with strength, and with unwavering confidence. Think about the journey of a soldier or an athlete. They do not simply show up and hope for victory. Every morning they train, every evening they refine their skills. Every decision is guided by the knowledge that the unseen battles require preparation before they ever arrive. The same principle applies to your life. What if I told you that putting something as simple as salt in your shoes, an act that may seem strange at first, is a metaphor, a symbol of preparation that carries unseen protection and guidance? Just as salt preserves and purifies, preparing yourself in the right way preserves your path, safeguards your purpose, and ensures that when challenges come, you are not caught off guard. Preparation is not just about physical readiness. It is mental, spiritual, and emotional. It is the commitment to strengthen your mind against doubt, to sharpen your intuition to recognize opportunities, and to cultivate a resilience that refuses to be shaken by failure. Every step you take in life matters, and preparation ensures that each step is intentional, deliberate, and powerful. When you prepare, you create a protective shield around your destiny. You become a magnet for favor, guidance, and breakthroughs that others miss simply because they were not ready. There is a divine principle in life. The universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in calls to those who are ready. It whispers to those who have taken the time to equip themselves, to walk with awareness, and to act with purpose. Those who neglect preparation may still stumble upon opportunities, but they are far more likely to be overwhelmed by the demands of life. And here is the truth. Preparation often looks small, ordinary, or even strange to the outside world. Yet it is in these small, consistent acts of readiness that the seeds of greatness are planted. Imagine stepping into a room where others are unprepared, uncertain, and fearful, while you walk in with quiet confidence, knowing that every detail of your life has been tended to. The difference is felt instantly, not through force, but through presence, through readiness, through the invisible power that comes from preparation. This is why those who honor preparation, even in ways others may not understand, rise higher, move faster, and achieve more than they ever thought possible. So never underestimate the power of readiness. Never dismiss small, deliberate actions as insignificant. What may seem trivial today, taking steps to protect your path, refining your mindset, following divine guidance, is exactly what will carry you through the storms of tomorrow. Life is not a series of coincidences. It is a reflection of your preparation, your foresight, and your courage to act before the need arises. And as you walk your journey, remember that preparation is not just about avoiding failure. It is about positioning yourself to receive every blessing, every opportunity, and every triumph that was always meant to be yours. Life has a way of testing our perception, of challenging us to see beyond the obvious, to notice the subtle signs that most people walk past unnoticed. Awareness is the secret bridge between struggle and triumph, between confusion and clarity. Without awareness, even the strongest, most talented individuals can miss the doors that were meant for them, stumble into traps they could have avoided, and wander through life chasing shadows instead of stepping into the light. Awareness is more than just seeing. It is feeling, sensing, and understanding the patterns that shape your life. It is tuning your heart, mind, and spirit to recognize opportunities, guidance, and warnings that are often hidden in plain sight. Imagine walking through a bustling city blindfolded. Every street is unfamiliar, every sound is overwhelming, and every choice feels risky. This is what life feels like when we move without awareness. But when you cultivate true awareness, you begin to notice the small details, the glimmer of opportunity in a conversation, the gentle warning in a moment of discomfort, the signs that point you toward your destiny. These signs may seem minor, even trivial at first, but they carry immense power. Ignoring them is a choice that costs more than money or time. It costs direction, growth, and the fulfillment of your purpose. Awareness is not just a passive observation, it is an active engagement with life. It requires slowing down, listening deeply, and trusting your instincts. It is the ability to recognize patterns, to connect the dots that others cannot see, and to act decisively when intuition calls. And this is where the divine warning of putting salt in your shoes becomes a profound lesson. Just as salt preserves and protects, awareness safeguards your journey. It sharpens your senses, strengthens your perception, and allows you to respond, not react, to the challenges that life throws at you. Each time you notice, each time you pause to sense the deeper meaning behind events, you step closer to mastery over your circumstances. Those who live without awareness drift. They are carried by circumstance, influenced by the opinions of others, and limited by their inability to see what lies ahead. But those who cultivate awareness move with precision. They anticipate obstacles, recognize opportunities, and make choices that elevate their lives instead of diminishing them. Awareness is the lens through which the world's mysteries reveal themselves. It teaches patience in waiting, courage in action, and wisdom in discerning which paths to pursue and which to avoid. There is also a spiritual dimension to awareness. It is not merely a skill, it is a gift that allows you to align with a higher plan. The universe, or God, communicates in subtle ways, often through moments, signs, or even unusual instructions like salt in your shoes. Those who are aware are able to receive these messages, interpret them correctly, and integrate them into their lives. This alignment transforms ordinary decisions into extraordinary outcomes. It turns confusion into clarity, fear into faith, and hesitation into bold action. The power of awareness is not just in recognizing opportunities, it is in preventing missteps, protecting your energy, and guiding your steps toward success. Every moment you spend awake to the world, alert to its signs, and attuned to your inner voice, you build a life that is intentional, purposeful, and unstoppable. Awareness is the difference between surviving life and thriving in it. And as you cultivate this awareness, you will begin to notice that the universe, in all its wisdom, conspires to support you, if only you have the eyes to see, the ears to hear, and the heart to follow. Faith is a force far greater than any obstacle you will ever face. It is the invisible engine that drives the human spirit forward, even when the path is dark, uncertain, and seemingly impossible. Without faith, even the brightest minds and the strongest hearts can falter. With faith, the smallest steps become monumental leaps, and the faintest whisper of hope transforms into unstoppable momentum. True faith is not blind. It is a conscious, deliberate trust in something greater than yourself, a recognition that life is guided by forces beyond your understanding, and that every challenge, every delay, and every strange instruction, like putting salt in your shoes, has a purpose designed to bring you closer to the destiny meant for you. Faith is not a passive feeling, it is an active choice. It is the decision to believe, even when circumstances seem contrary, that the universe is conspiring in your favor. It is the courage to step forward when the outcome is uncertain, the patience to wait when results are delayed, and the resilience to rise each time you stumble. Faith transforms fear into confidence, doubt into clarity, and weakness into power. It allows you to navigate life's storms with unwavering composure, knowing that every trial is temporary and every lesson is essential. Consider the way water flows. It does not resist obstacles, it moves around them, finding a path forward while nourishing everything in its way. Faith works in a similar way. It allows you to bend without breaking, to adapt without losing your direction, and to keep moving even when the road ahead seems impossible. Those who act with faith do not see barriers as the end. They see them as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to rise higher than they ever imagined. Faith turns struggle into strength and adversity into advantage. There is also a profound spiritual dimension to faith. It is the bridge that connects you to divine guidance. When you trust that God, or the universe, has a plan for your life, you begin to recognize the hidden blessings in every situation. Even instructions that seem strange, like putting salt in your shoes, carry profound wisdom when approached with faith. Faith allows you to act on these instructions without hesitation, to embrace the unfamiliar with courage, and to trust that each step is leading you to a greater good. It is this faith that transforms small, deliberate actions into life-altering results. Faith also fuels perseverance. Life will test your patience, challenge your resolve, and present obstacles that feel insurmountable. But those who hold fast to faith do not waver. They understand that every delay, every setback, and every difficulty is temporary, a necessary part of a larger design. Faith reminds you that you are not alone, that forces beyond your understanding are guiding your steps, and that every effort you make, no matter how small, is part of a divine plan for your success. The beauty of faith is that it multiplies itself. The more you trust, the stronger you become. The more you act despite uncertainty, the more opportunities reveal themselves. The more you believe in unseen guidance, the clearer your path becomes. Faith is the invisible light that illuminates your journey, the steady hand that steadies your steps, and the unwavering voice that whispers, "You are capable, you are guided, you are destined for greatness." Without faith, life feels heavy, uncertain, and full of limits. With faith, every challenge becomes a stepping stone, every warning becomes a guide, and every act, even one as simple and strange as placing salt in your shoes, becomes a powerful declaration of trust in the path that has been laid out for you. Faith is not just believing in what is possible, it is surrendering to what is inevitable when you align with your highest purpose. Obedience is a principle few truly understand, yet it holds extraordinary power over the trajectory of your life. It is not about blind compliance, nor about surrendering your freedom. It is about alignment, discipline, and trust in the guidance that leads you toward your highest potential. Life often presents instructions, opportunities, or warnings that may seem unusual, inconvenient, or even illogical. These moments are tests of your willingness to listen, to act with intention, and to place trust above doubt. The simple act of following guidance, such as putting salt in your shoes, becomes symbolic of a deeper spiritual truth. That obedience, even in small matters, aligns you with forces beyond your comprehension and opens doors to blessings you could never achieve through effort alone. Obedience requires humility. It demands that you set aside your ego, your assumptions, and your need for immediate understanding. It calls you to act not because you see the results, but because you trust the source of the instruction. This is where true power lies, when action is born not from fear, not from desire, but from faith and trust. When you obey divine or universal guidance, you are essentially synchronizing your life with the natural flow of destiny. You are saying, "I am ready to follow the path laid out for me, even when I cannot yet see the destination." Consider the seeds planted in the ground. They do not question the soil, the rain, or the sunlight. They simply grow, in alignment with the laws of nature, reaching toward the light with patience and persistence. Obedience in life works in the same way. It is the act of planting seeds of purpose, trusting in the process, and knowing that what you cannot yet see is quietly being nurtured and prepared for your future. Each obedient step, no matter how small, is a powerful act of preparation, protection, and alignment. Obedience also strengthens character. In a world that glorifies independence and self-reliance, the discipline to follow guidance, even when it seems inconvenient, cultivates integrity, patience, and resilience. It is through obedience that you learn the value of timing, the importance of perseverance, and the wisdom of aligning your actions with principles greater than yourself. Those who master this art do not simply survive life. They rise above it, navigating challenges with calm assurance, clarity of purpose, and an unwavering sense of direction. There is a divine intelligence at work in your life, often communicated in subtle, mysterious ways. Strange instructions, repeated nudges, or intuitive prompts are not random. They are signposts designed to guide you toward growth, protection, and fulfillment. Obedience allows you to act on these signposts immediately without resistance or hesitation. By following them, you not only avoid unnecessary struggle, but also activate opportunities and blessings that remain hidden to those who resist or doubt. Obedience transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary results. Obedience also nurtures trust, not only in the guidance you receive but in yourself. Each time you act in accordance with divine instructions, you reinforce your ability to hear, understand, and respond to the subtle messages life sends. Your confidence grows, your intuition sharpens, and your steps become purposeful. You move through life with the certainty that comes from alignment, rather than the confusion that stems from resistance or rebellion. In essence, obedience is the bridge between instruction and fulfillment, between guidance and results. It is the pathway that transforms knowledge into action, intention into reality, and faith into tangible progress. The small acts of obedience, even when they seem insignificant or strange, accumulate into life-altering momentum. When you embrace obedience as a principle, you no longer struggle against life. You move with it, guided by wisdom, strengthened by trust, and propelled toward the destiny that has always awaited you. Consistency is the quiet force that shapes destinies. It is not flashy or dramatic, and it rarely announces itself with grandeur, but its impact is undeniable. Life rewards those who show up, day after day, even when the results are not immediate, even when progress feels invisible, and even when the world doubts their efforts. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound small actions over time, turning ordinary steps into extraordinary transformations. Every moment you dedicate to your growth, every small ritual you commit to, every seemingly insignificant effort you make, these are the bricks that build the foundation of your success. Imagine a river carving through solid rock. It is not brute force that creates the canyon, it is persistence, consistency, and time. Each drop of water, though tiny and unassuming, contributes to a process far greater than itself. So too is the principle of consistency in your life. When you commit to small daily actions, whether it is refining your habits, nurturing your faith, or aligning with divine guidance like the instruction to put salt in your shoes, you set in motion a ripple effect that grows stronger with every passing day. Over time, these actions accumulate, creating momentum that propels you forward in ways that seem almost magical to those who lack patience or persistence. Consistency also builds character. It strengthens resolve, cultivates discipline, and trains your mind to overcome resistance. Life will always present distractions, excuses, and moments of fatigue. It will tempt you to abandon your path, to skip steps, or to settle for less than your potential. But when you practice consistency, you develop the ability to rise above these temptations, to push forward when it is uncomfortable, and to remain steadfast when the outcome is uncertain. Each act of consistency is a declaration that you will not be swayed by circumstance, that you honor your commitments, and that you believe in the process even when the results are not yet visible. There is also a spiritual dimension to consistency. Faith without action is empty, intention without follow-through is meaningless, and divine guidance without practice remains dormant. By consistently acting on the lessons and instructions you receive, no matter how unusual or seemingly small, you demonstrate readiness to receive greater blessings. When you combine faith with daily action, you align yourself with the natural rhythm of life, allowing opportunities, protection, and abundance to flow into your path. Each act of consistency becomes a signal to the universe that you are serious, that you are committed, and that you are prepared to walk the path laid before you. Consistency transforms potential into reality. A talent left untapped, a dream left unpursued, or a lesson left unpracticed is wasted energy. But when you consistently apply yourself, you awaken the full power of your capabilities. Ordinary efforts, repeated without fail, create extraordinary outcomes. Small steps taken daily, each act of obedience, awareness, preparation, and faith compound into momentum that is unstoppable. It is through this persistent, disciplined action that lives are changed, opportunities are seized, and destinies are fulfilled. The beauty of consistency is that it builds a foundation so strong that no obstacle can topple it. The storms of life, the doubts of others, and the inner fears you face all lose their power when your actions are rooted in steady, relentless commitment. Success, fulfillment, and purpose are not accidents. They are the natural result of daily devotion, repeated effort, and unwavering perseverance. The salt in your shoes is a reminder of this principle. Small, consistent actions, when guided by intention and faith, protect, guide, and prepare you for the extraordinary journey ahead. Consistency is the bridge between dreaming and achieving, between instruction and mastery, and between faith and fulfillment. It is the invisible force that, when honored, guarantees that your life will reflect the purpose, power, and destiny that has always been waiting for you. Every step you take matters. Every small act, every moment of faith, every choice to obey, prepare, and stay consistent shapes the life you are meant to live. The path may seem strange, the instructions unusual, but trust the process. Align with purpose, act with faith, and walk boldly, because your destiny is waiting, and every step brings you closer to the extraordinary life that has always been meant for you.